Hi, I'm Peter Terrett, GPS specialist with 4D Global. 4D Global is an Esri partner. I'm here to talk about SBAS, the Australian and New Zealand Space-Based Augmentation System, and what we can do now that the current SBAS system is in suspension. It had been running for a couple of years very successfully, delivering sub-metre accuracy right across the region for free. It's in suspension at the moment whilst the government is doing the tender evaluation phase to roll out the final system. And the reason that it's in suspension is for probity reasons during that evaluation phase. So if you have a receiver, what can you do now with that receiver to get sub-metre accuracy, to keep working and being successful in your mapping or data capture? Well, there's a few things, and I can speak from having done quite a bit of testing and a little bit of research, that if you have an EOS Arrow receiver, the Arrow 100, which is an L1 only receiver, but it is GNSS, which means it uses more than one system. So it's GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and BeiDou. And that gives you a lot of satellites, an average typically of over 40 satellites in view. And with that alone, the amount of satellites you have creates very, very good geometry. And if you're in an open sky scenario, and I know that's not often the case in the real world, but if you're in an open world scenario, you'll achieve sub-metre accuracy pretty comfortably. In fact, you'll get down into the 800s in the millimetres. So that's the first thing. If you're not in an ideal situation, there's a few things you can do. You could, if you had a need and a lot of work for a unit, you could buy an Arrow Gold Basic and subscribe it to a private system, a company system called Atlas. You could get the H50, which is sub-metre, and that will work very much the same way as the Australian New Zealand SBAS, except it's on now, and if you've got a lot of work, you can subscribe to that, and you will get that level of accuracy right now and right across the region. So if you need more information, at the end, have a look at the contact details and give me a call. The other things you can do, if you happen to be in range of a base station, and let's talk about CoreSnet first. Victoria has complete coverage with CoreSnet. Most of populated New South Wales has a CoreSnet, lots of South Australia and up the coast of Queensland. Subscribe to the CoreSnet and in fact use a differential correction straight into your unit via wireless and get sub-metre. And typically that sub-metre for me has been around 150 to 250 millimetres of accuracy. And that works very, very well. There is another service. If you're able to use GDA 2020, or if you desire to use GDA 2020, you can for free sign up to Geoscience Australia and use their base stations. It's a single base station solution, but I have got accuracies of well below half a metre from base stations that are more than 40 kilometres away. In fact, I believe it was about 56 kilometres away. The initialisation time was a bit longer, but I was getting that accuracy, and they are free, but it is GDA 2020. The CoreSnet providers, getting back to those, you've got SmartNet Oz and you've got All Day RTK. And those providers, they're commercial organisations, and they will get you, if you have a connection to the internet, that will get you very high accuracy, and you might use that as an infill between now and when the SBAS comes back online. And I can't wait for that. It's an amazing system. The system will build out to be sub 100 millimetres if you have a multi-frequency receiver. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and all the best.